But when you mandate
take a picture
That's
of
my biggest toys.
Take a picture of her closet.
What do you want the kids to
Take a
come
picture
here
of
and just
Max's
stand around
closet.
looking at the walls?
Take
You
a
gotta give
picture
them
of her
toys.
closet in the hall. You're missing the good stuff, Artur, I'm telling you.
That's exactly what's happened.
So what does Mama usually leave behind, mostly around the house? Have you noticed anything that she's left around the house lately?
As you've noted already, there's books. There's four basic things, 6 basic things. There's books in the living room. There's books in the dining room. There's books in the hall.
More books.
Do you hear the books? Can't take any pictures of that. That's private.
More books right here.
Books. Books and tapes.
More tapes.
Books, books, books. Some of these are mine, but she doesn't want to get rid of anything. That's the problem. Picture frames.
And more tapes.
I won't show you anything in her closet. That's private. Now the books on top are my business books.
But there's those books right there.
These books on the bottom shelf.
She is almost classified as a...
There's ducks in the living room. There's ducks in the dining room. There's ducks in the hall. That's good enough.
That's all she leaves around is
Oh, no.
ducks and books?
Well, we leave our laundry around from time to time, but we all have to get to that when we can. So, oh yeah, I forgot to show you. She gets her garden tools.
And she leaves them?
And she brings them into the kitchen downstairs and lays them on the table.
Really?
There's some there right now. We missed that. But anyway, there's also some of my stuff there too.
So does she leave more messes than you do? Or does she mostly leave messes around?
No, actually she is a little bit neater than I am. But the stuff that I leave laying around is very, very important.
More important than her
Yeah,
stuff
so
that she lives
absolutely, yeah.
So it's more important.
It is, yes.
They recently went on vacation, and Mama witnessed some things that Stanley did that one could be, well, illegal, and the other, well, destroyed your new car.
He's the first one to put scratches on my car, and I really have limited his driving it because he drives Dad's car. But anyway, on vacation there was this low wall, and it had these pieces of stone, manufactured stone wall.
And there is proof of that because...
And I have proof because there are scratches if you want to document it. This is forensics file. And he ran over the wall and he pushed the bricks out of the way. Well, then he, in order to get off the wall, he had to back up over the same wall again. So the front end of the car is scratched this way and then back that way. the first scratches on my new car.
And how much was that car?
The car was over $30,000.
And he scratched it
He
twice.
scratched it, yeah, twice.
Now then there's the other story.
The other story is we would go downtown to walk the streets of Boone and Blowing Rock, and he didn't think that he needed to obey the law by walking to the crosswalk because the law does not apply to Stanley Dalton. So while I would walk way up the street to a crosswalk, wait on the light, go across, he was already across the street as a jaywalker. And I told him, you can get a ticket for it, but never mind that. He retired with, I guess, a lot of money. and then he would get in the car and he would wait for those of us who were obeying the law to finally get in the car. And so the car didn't move any sooner because he did have to wait for those of us that are law-abiding citizens.
And there was
and he did this several times.
He did. He never told me that.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything that Mama has messed up in the house that's still leaving a remnants to this day? Any, like, I don't know, something broken or something scratched up in the wall? Anything that she's left that still leaves a remnants? Now you mentioned the quarter paint that she still left a remnants.
Yeah, but that's been all covered up with carpets and extra flooring. Things like that pretty much took care of it. I'm trying to think. That's off the top of my head type of an answer that I'm giving you, but I would have to look around for that. But without a doubt, with her having lived here for 34 years, I'm sure we could find lots of things
that she's probably left remnants of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like
one thing, she has left remnants of good paint jobs. I will say that her paint jobs are extremely good. That is, if she holds on to it and actually uses it.
Instead of dropping a quart of
instead
paint?
of it ending up on the floor.
Instead of like a quart of paint? Or...
Actually, it's 3 quarts of paint.
So, how many times have you come behind her and had to clean up things, like pick up after her or basically clean up messes that she's left?
Not very often.
Not very often?
No, like I said, she's neater than I am. But the things that I leave laying around are extremely important.
Then her stuff.
Right.
So now, do you have anything you like to share that I don't know about Mama? If it has to do with whatever she's done.
Well, she accuses me. One big thing she accuses me of, and this is actually kind of natural in a way.
Natural.
Yes, there's never any change for anybody. When you go to the store, she'll give me a $20 bill. I'll come home. She'll want to know where the change is. I'll tell her there is no change. If I take things back to, let's say, for example, something really big that I noticed recently, we got a power washing wand that you can use up to the 2nd story, and it was discovered that we really didn't need that. So I took it back to Home Depot, and they gave us a credit. But she accused me of not giving her the change. I said, well, it will show up actually on your next billing statement. And sure enough, it did. And she immediately slapped her mouth and her cheek, and she said, oh, I am so sorry. I made a mistake. One of many.
And the other thing about the lint trap, he doesn't empty the lint trap in the dryer. This is a man that doesn't empty his own pockets before he washes his clothes. Why would he empty a lint trap? And this movie is going to be real jumpy because the photographer is cracking up and laughing.
Yep, that's me.
What do you want the kids to come here and just stand around looking at the wall? You gotta give them toys.